This episode is brought to you by Leo Bato and Associates, ang realtor na patok.
I was seeing this guy that was like really bad for me, but
You still saw him anyway.
I did. I was so stubborn. I was gonna make it work.
We all have that.
The asshole broke my heart.
We all have that someone. Sometimes the asshole breaks the heart, or sometimes you become that. But yeah.
Yeah. So then when I was heartbroken, I wanted a distraction. So I decided to teach myself how to write screenplays. So I took a class at UCLA, how to format, how screenplays look, blah blah blah. And then I learned how to do it, and I wrote my first screenplay.
Question. You keep saying, I took a class. So tayo ba? Like, of course, the Philippines, it's different, right? But here in the States, if there's someone watching here in the States, if they have an interest for something, how do you encourage someone to just take a class? Do you just look at the...
You don't need to take a class anymore now, because back then, because I'm old, there was no internet, there was no YouTube, there was none of this. There was no Google. So I have to take a class. That's the old-fashioned, old school.
Ngayon,
Oh.
YouTube na lang,
Oh yeah. I mean,
online.
yeah. I taught myself how to edit on YouTube. You know,
What?
so I stopped taking classes since, after the internet was introduced.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So the bad breakup encouraged you to take that class to write a screenplay.
Just to distract myself.
Yes. And then what happened?
And then I showed it to my friends, see what they thought, if it sucked, if it, like friends I trusted who would tell me if it sucked or not. So, so they came back with like really good feedback, and I'm like, oh, okay. So what do I do with it? And they're like, oh, let's try to sell it.
Of course,
We're like, how do we do that? I don't know. Do we know Steven Spielberg? I don't know. So like nobody knew how to do it. So we're like, okay, well, I guess that's the end of that. And then I was like, and then they're like, why don't you just make it? And I go, how am I going to make this? Because this was maybe 99, 2000. So this was before like cameras were very expensive.
Yeah.
There was no Final Cut Pro. You have
Yes.
to go to a studio to actually edit a movie,
Yep.
shot in film.
Yep.
And then it was just the start of like digital.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, how am I going to do this? But I was like, it'd be fun to do it.
So you did it.
So I was like, so I'm on eBay, and I saw like this camera,
16M.
XL1.
Oh, the XL1,
Yeah.
the
Canon.
Oh my
So
God.
that was like
Dream camera
yeah.
ko yun.
So yun yung pinakasikat na camera.
Yes.
Dahil it's on tape.
Yes.
But it looks like film.
Yes.
I go, but
24 frames.
yes, 24 frames. Pero they were so expensive, right?
For like 5,000,
Oh,
8,000,
more. The back then. So keep in mind, I'm old. So
You don't look it anyway.
so I saw it. I used one sa eBay.
Kulay black pa yun. Because the XL1S,
No, it's like white.
Ano ba yung black? The XL1S is
Yeah.
the black one, yeah.
I have the XL1.
One.
The-
Oh my God, you really got
and then so it was like 5,000 eBay used. So then I was like, okay, I'm gonna go just suck it up and just go, and so I just went for it, and I got it. I figured I'll buy it, I'll sell it back on eBay after I use it. So,
Yeah,
no
win-win,
no
yeah.
So I got the camera, and then I was like, okay, so now I have a camera. How do I make a movie? And I'm like, okay, sure. Let me take a class.
So you took another class in film.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, it was a crash course.
Yeah.
And because I don't know how to make movies, I just watched them. So then there's like a crash course, 6 weeks. I learned how to, set up shots, blah, 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 blocking. And then I go, okay, now I know how to make a movie. So then I go, so how am I
Wait.
going to get a crew?
Just when they teach you ba about shots, like yung mga over the shoulder, yung mga mid, establishing, close up, do they tell you the context of why you need to use that?
No, it's very like
Puro technical lang?
technical, how to make it. So I was like, okay, I'll do that. And then I was still working at Image Entertainment, and I would tell my friends this. You know, the friends who told me you should make this. So I go, okay. I go, you want to be the producer? And he's like, yeah. So one of my friends goes, you know, he's an actor. So and so is an actor. He works in the graphic department.
Oh my God.
So then I go, hey, you want to be an actor in this movie? Yeah. So then slowly but surely it became like an underground kind of
Yeah.
thing. So every day I tap somebody, go, hey, I heard you know how to use a camera. Can you do this? Can you work on weekends?
So
on
you
this
were
movie?"
using your sales skills to close your peers to get them to participate in your first project.
Hey, there was no gun. They willingly said yes. I got their consent. Everyone was happy. So then I started building this crew from the Image Entertainment crew, and you know, like started looking for locations. So one of my friends, one of them go, oh, use my apartment for so and so's, you know, house.
Yeah.
Oh, use my sister's office for da, because I was like, I need this, I need that, and everybody was just contributing their places.
Yes.
So everyone just had a hand on it, and then at the end, I did a schedule, and we were shooting every weekend for like, you know, I think like 16 weekends or something like that.
Paano yung continuity nun? Who was in charge of it?
I was. So I was just figuring it out on my own.
Wow.
And then every weekend, right? And it was like during summer, you know, it's like, you know, in the valley we were shooting, it's like 110 degrees. And
Exterior, interior?
we were shooting at one point in a garage. So we had to
Ooh,
shut,
yeah.
it was like so hot.
So at least controlled lighting pa rin, which
Well,
is good.
that's just one of the scenes. I mean, the scenes are everywhere. I mean, it was all over the.
Like when you studied at AFI, did they teach you lighting, everything? No? Or was that
They
instinct?
did. They did, but
instinctive?
I have a friend who knows
Okay.
how to do
Okay.
it. So he was our cinematographer.
Galing.
So so then, you know, so every weekend I would show up, call time, and all my friends would show up, and I'll tell them my best friend, co-producer, I was like, I can't believe these people keep showing up. Like, what do they get out of it? I'm not paying them. It's hot. They're miserable.
Yeah.
They work late at night, and they keep coming back.
This episode is brought to you by Leo Bato and Associates, ang realtor na patok.
So, and then every Monday at Image, like all the bosses would go, you know, they go, why is everyone so tired on them? Like everyone's just they're all grumpy and they have no idea. Lahat kami, we're working on weekends on this movie. So, and then I eventually finished shooting the movie. And then
How long was it? I mean, the movie.
it's a feature.
1 hour, 30 minutes talaga?
Yeah.
Your first film was a feature?
Yeah. Yeah. It's called The Real Job. It's about a video store clerk. Write what you know.
Is it available to watch?
It is, actually.
Oh my God.
It sucks. Don't watch it. I don't. I haven't seen it in a while. It's probably dated, but yeah.
No, I mean, pero shot on an XL1.
On an XL1, and we even did because I worked at Image. We did there's if you buy the DVD because we got so Image actually found out
That you had a feature?
that after we were done. So then the VP came to me and he's like, hey, I heard about this movie you made. I go, yeah. He goes, let me watch it. So they watch it, and then he came back the following day. He's like, I want to license this. I want to release this. I go, yeah. I go, sure. So my first movie got distributed. It was like everywhere: Virgin, Tower, Best Buy,
How
Best
did it
Buy,
okay.
Blockbuster.
Oh my God, this was 99 or 2000 na?
2001.
So 2001. So the girl who had a dream in probably 1970 something
Yeah.
finally had the dream manifested in 2001.
Wow. 2001. 2001, I remember because so when we got accepted to our first film festival,
Film festival pa.
yeah, it was on September 10th, 2001 in New York. So actually, I was in New York on 9/11, and we were leaving New York the following on 9/11. We were on our way to the airport,
When 911 happened,
and we were watching it.
Were
on
you
TV.
grounded?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got stuck for like 5 days. We couldn't fly out. But yeah, everybody was there. The cast, I felt so guilty that everybody was there, and we all got stuck in New York.
So did the ex-boyfriend know that he was the catalyst for everything that came out to be
No.
probably knows now.
Nah.
You buried him na? No, just kidding. Ang ganda ng tawa ni Direk talaga. Wow. So, so ni-license ng image, tapos you entered it into a film fest.
Like several film festivals. And then, parang nagyayabang, pero I'll just tell you for the kids who
for
are
everybody,
inspired. Okay. That their dream isn't that crazy. And we got nominated for a video premiere award, which is like it was supposed to be, it's no longer available, but it was supposed to be like the kind of the Oscars for direct to video
Direct to
movies.
DVD parang
Yeah,
ganun.
direct to DVD. So it was nominated for Best Director, and ang mga kalaban namin is like Disney movies, MGM movies, Warner Brothers movies. I mean, we lost, but still, yeah, we were nominated. We were at the Wiltern. I was hanging out with like Quentin Tarantino and like all Kevin Smith, Clerks, like all those guys, all the indie guys
Were
were
you
there.
pinching yourself?
I just couldn't believe it. I was like, but it was, and the thing is, it was we just had fun doing it. So it wasn't like there was a lot of pressure, to do it. And I got my money back, like whatever money because I self-funded this, well, with the help of two friends.
Right.
Visa and MasterCard. So my two friends, I had to pay them back. So I got the money back from the licensing deal from Image. I evened out. I just broke even. So I didn't.
Camera.
I sold the camera
You
back.
sold the
Of course. What am I gonna do with it? So I sold the camera back. I managed to get out of it, not bankrupt, and with a nomination and a distribution deal. So yeah.
And you did not put a lid on it. In other words, was that the start of a different trajectory in your life, or this is a one-off? This is just to scratch a decades-long itch.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess, I was like, oh, that was fun, but I figured I was just so lucky to get it done. Like if I were to recreate doing it, I no way it would be done. So, so then I was like, all right, like I'm done. I did that. You move on. But then I was like, well, no, because like Premiere, there was like a Premiere was introduced, and you can actually edit from home now. You can't. So then I go, oh, it's
Yung
easier
mga
to make.
non-linear editing na.
Yeah. So kasi alam mo, you have to pay
post-production studio
Post-production
per
work.
hour, di ba?
so expensive.
Yes.
Yeah.